Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So, we just lost to Michigan State. And honestly, I don't even almost know what to say. But let's just get it. Let's get into it. So, we just lost to Michigan State 27-24. And a couple things that are going to stick out, and just going to get them out there right now. Don Brown has to go. He has to go. Don Brown has to go. I thought I might be able to get through some games without having to talk about this dude. He has to go. He has to go. You got your corner. Your corners are out there in man, and they can't. They're not finding the ball. They don't know how to find the ball, and you want to play tight man coverage instead of. You can do that. All you got to do is give them safeties over the top, have a safety playing over the top of them. But you refuse to do that most of the time. Then if we get third and long, second and goal from their 15, you just can't wait to blitz. And the offense knows it. They drop in a screen. Touchdown. It's just ridiculous. Like you can't resist to do this stuff. Honestly, I didn't think, and let me say this, shout out to Michigan State and the fans, whatever, because I didn't think Michigan State had the receivers or the offensive line to even match up with the man blitz scheme, but they did. Michigan State's offensive line looked good. And this is the thing, when you have an offensive line and you know you're going against good pass rushers, you give them help. That's what they did. Rocky Lombardi had like 7 blockers a lot of the times. But they pass blocked well. Now, the next point on what they did, Michigan has small defensive tackles. And it just kills you. You can't have small defensive tackles. You can't, not in big time college football. I'm looking at Michigan State's defensive tackle. The man is 6'4", 340 pounds. Our defensive tackles are 300 pounds. That should tell you something right there. All game, he was disrupting plays because he's just as big as our offensive linemen. 340. But yet, our defensive tackles are 290. Kemp, 300. Mozzie Smith. Jeter, maybe 310. We need dudes that are prototypical defensive tackle size, NFL size. 320, 315 at least. But that goes back to Don Brown's scheme again. He wants fast dudes. He wants fast. He wants speed. Guess what? Football ain't all about speed. In them trenches, it's about I'm a big dog. I'm 300 pounds. It made me mess my camera up about this man. Oh, I'm so tired of this dude. Now, let's get to the offense. On offense, we couldn't run up the middle. We couldn't run up the middle pretty much all game. And so, but we could run on the edges. But we didn't try to do it consistently. Whether it was a jet sweep, whether it was Joe or whoever's getting it on a sweep or a reverse or going around the edge, we were getting yardage. But they just kept trying to run up the middle, gain of nothing. Kept trying to run them up the middle, gain of nothing. Loss of 2, loss of 3. So they just kept trying to go up the middle when it wasn't working. Our advantage against Michigan State was on the edge. our speed on the edge. And then that's Blake Corum, Giles Jackson, AJ Henning, all these dudes getting on the edge. We just wouldn't go to it enough. We wouldn't go to it enough. And now, with that being said, Joe missed some passes. Joe had growing pains in this game, for sure. He missed some passes, and his receivers dropped some passes. But watching the game, I never saw us have – I saw him miss one wide open dude that was about 20 yards down the field in the middle of the field. Besides that, the throws that were longer, I didn't see anyone open. Like, they weren't open. So I'm not sure if we have – like, who is supposed to be that deep threat? And not only that, I didn't just see a regular play action pass. Like, I didn't see us play action and try to go deep. Like, okay, we're going to play action and try to get – this is the play. I didn't see a design deep throw like off of a play action. So you're going to run all these plays, but I'm not seeing any play action deep. I'm just seeing I'm seeing fakes, but it's not like a regular play action, if that makes sense. But this team Michigan State hit us in the mouth. Shout out to them. Shout out to Michigan State because they hit us in the mouth. We're trying to get the ball back at the end. 4th and 2 for a last-ditch effort. Michigan State comes out and acts like they're going to just try to draw us off sides. And instead of being ready for them to actually run the play, we're not really ready. And they fake like they're trying to get us off sides, but they still hike the ball and go for the QB sneak. And he gets 3 yards. Like, and on a play like that, that goes back to us not having actual big defensive tackles, those hog mollies that you always need in the middle. Don Brown has to go. Like, Joe in the offense, which Gaddis didn't call a good game to me. Like, he called a good game last week. This game, he did not call a good game to me this week. But Joe's going to have some growing pains, which is expected. But Don Brown in that, he got to go. Your corners aren't finding the ball. The only one that'll find the ball is Dax. And sometimes Jamon Green. But Vincent Gray just getting done in. And I had high hopes for Gray. But he looks like he looks like he's slow and don't know what he's doing. And Don Brown wanting to run that man scheme. We gonna get exposed trying to run that scheme with anybody that has a fast receiver. We're gonna get exposed because we don't. Vincent Gray, he ain't gonna cut it. Michigan State's receiver went for 200 yards. A freshman. Let me see. Their freshman receiver went for 200 yards. Ricky White. He went for 200 yards. And not to mention the other penalties that we had on the receiving in the secondary. So Don Brown wants to play this man scheme, which is fine. You can run man, but put the safeties over the top. Like, it got to a point where I hate what he does, because if you're not getting a pass rush, you can do two things. You can either blitz and try to get a pass rush, which on the other end makes it harder on your secondary, which we don't have the guys to do, or you can rush 4 and drop 7, or you can rush 3 and drop 8. So when you see it's not working, Because even when we blitzed, we weren't getting there. You might as well drop that extra man in the coverage. Now I'm going to make you try to really pick us apart. But we're running man, so that can be done. Run zone, bro. Run zone. It's run zone. Drop 8. If it's not getting there, they weren't running the ball really well on us. Not consistently. They made a few runs, but I'm gonna drop more guys in the coverage. You took all game and you saw the blitzes weren't working. You saw we weren't getting there even when we blitzed. So what's the point of blitzing and taking guys out of coverage? That's my thing. If the blitz don't get there, what's the point of continuing to blitz? Oh, to make him get the ball out of his hands? He ain't holding on to the ball that long anyway because he either throwing it to a very short pass or he was throwing it deep. And you give him 2 seconds and that dude was deep. So that ain't really enough to get back there regardless. So he's getting rid of the ball and then the defensive end or the linebacker or whoever blitzes and get there. It don't matter if he done got rid of it. I got to give a shout out to Michigan State because he had them ready to play. He had them ready to play. I'll take my lumps. I said we was gonna blow them out. I'll take my lumps. But that Don Brown scheme, I just can't get over it. Like, and then okay, the offense. We got cute in the red zone. Took Joe off the field, which is dumb, because he's huge and he can run or throw. So taking him off the field isn't very bright in the red zone, trying to do this wildcat. And so we end up, us going for 3 instead of getting a touchdown on that one drive was huge. Michigan State got a call on a big 3rd down, and they gave him the 1st down, but the guy, he didn't catch it. He dropped it. He dove, and the ball hits the ground. They don't stop it and review it or anything. So we got kind of screwed over on that play. That's when it was 20-17, and then they go down and they score another touchdown to make it 27-17. So, but it's just these plays. You got plays that work and plays that don't work. And Gaddis just kept going to him. Don Brown, we know he's going to go to him. But at a certain point, you have to stop running up the middle. And Joe made some mistakes on being indecisive, I want to say. Like, when you have the chance to run it, just run it. When you have the chance to, like, all this second guessing yourself when you can. If you can go get 8 yards, go get the 8 yards. Stop second guessing it. No, I'm gonna throw it. I'm trying to stay behind. Go get them yards, boy. Go get the yards. But it's just a lot of mistakes. Who's your go-to receiver? It should be Ronnie Bell. I don't barely see him getting targeted. Who's your go-to running back? You don't know. So a lot of stuff has to be figured out still. Regardless, the season ain't over just because we lost to them. They still got to play these other games. I know that some of us, it's over. We done lost a game. It's over. But we still got to play these other games, y'all. So who's the go-to receiver? Who's the starting go-to running back? At this point, we don't know. Maybe Giles Jackson. I don't think they know who the either go-to guy is. And that's a problem to me. You have to know at receiver who is going to be open and who is going to catch the ball. You can't be consistently running plays for Eric Hall if he can't catch. Ronnie Bell let some get through his hands. So who is your go-to guy at receiver? Who's going to get open? Who's going to catch the ball? Running back. Who's your go-to running back? Who's going to get the yards? Who is consistent? It has to be figured out. It has to be figured out. Now, and that's on offense. Gaddis, if something ain't working, stop going to it. I'm sorry, but you want to consistently try to run up the middle. You wasted probably 7, 8 plays just trying to run up the middle after it hadn't worked. You can't run up the middle on them. They can stop it. Go to something else, bro. I'd rather run a jet sweep on all of those times we tried to run up the middle because we were getting yardage on jet sweeps. We were getting yardage, except on that one reverse where they just got too cute. They got too cute on the reverse, and Giles Jackson got stuck up in the middle, and then he tried to go outside and lost like 5 yards. Besides that play, we were getting yardage on reverses, jet sweeps, all that type of stuff. So I would have rather did any of that than run up the middle. I didn't see any good screens out to the outside. And I didn't see any deep balls that it actually looked like we had a chance to win it. Like I didn't see any okay, he's beat, put the ball on him type of situations. I didn't see anybody get deep and really look like they were open. Like that's just what I'm seeing. Like, and I know some people want to Joe's not this and this and that, whatever. This is his second start, y'all. It's his second start ever. So I expect a young player that hasn't started to have growing pains. That's expected. But Don Brown and the stuff he's trying to do on defense, it just don't make no sense. Too many times am I seeing three linemen over here and 1 lineman over here and a huge gap right here. You think they're not going to go right where that huge gap is, man? You did that last year. And it's dumb football, bro. It's so obvious. Like, it don't matter what you do. You're not going to be able to get that gap, to fill that gap in time. Not with a team with big top 5 power conference offensive linemen. You're not going to be able to fill that monster gap. So why are you like? We need a defensive coordinator that just understands basic schemes. Just a basic scheme. You don't need all this extra cute stuff. You're not at Boston College. Like, he has to go. Like, what's the plan on him, y'all? I can't take it. Like, I can't take him in this scheme. No. Like, I just can't. Like, bro, this man in this scheme. You couldn't even stop them when you needed to stop them to try to get the ball back for a last-ditch effort for the Hail Mary or something. Like, what's the benefits of this scheme? You can't stop teams that want to, when they run a run, they still could get the little yardage. You can't stop the pass. Like, what is the benefits of the scheme? Oh, if we play a team that just don't have enough talent, we gonna make them look horrible. Well, that would be great if we weren't in the Big Ten, bro. And me, I actually thought that I didn't think Michigan State had as much talent, but when you turn it over 7, 8 times, you're gonna look worse than you really are. I fell victim to that. But they had enough talent at receiver to make us look bad. And Don Brown's scheme. It just is what it is. But I'm harping on him. It don't matter. The rest of the season, I'm harping on Don Brown must go. Don Brown must go. If Harbaugh, I hate that it came to this early. If Harbaugh, if you keep Don Brown on the staff, you got to go too. I can deal with Harbaugh. I can't deal with Don Brown, y'all. If he keeps him on the staff, he needs to go. Because we will never win anything with Don Brown as our defensive coordinator, y'all. It's just, it is what it is. We won't win anything. Michigan State had some stuff, but they weren't that. It's just they know your scheme. They know you're gonna man blitz and leave your corner on the island, even if he can't play good man coverage. They know you're gonna do it still. They know you're gonna blitz on 3rd and long. They know you're gonna blitz on 2nd and long. They know what you're gonna do, and you still do it. That's insanity, man. That's insanity. You know what's gonna happen, but you still consistently do it, even though you know the outcome. That man is insane. I can't deal with it, y'all. That man is insane. He just refuses to do. You can play man coverage, give him a 5-yard cushion, have the safeties over the top, watching over everything, and it would be fine because the safety would be able to even if he does get beat, the safety's over the top waiting for him. I got your back. But you wait before you even tell them to back up. They done already exploited us for countless plays. Like, it's just ridiculous. It don't make no sense, bro. Like, I'm just dumbfounded at his stubbornness in this stupid scheme. Like, somebody, I know I'm rambling, but I can't believe it, y'all. Like, I can't believe that he's that stubborn. Like, I know y'all gonna say, well, the offense didn't do what they. I expect offense ran by a first-year starter to have some growing pains. But the defense gets growing pains just off of his scheme. His scheme is just trash. Like, it don't make sense. And so, who we got next week? Indiana. All right, y'all. Our high hopes, they can change into dumpster fire real quick. Especially how that secondary looked. It's going to be a long year for Vincent Gray and whoever's in that secondary. Our corners, specifically. Our corners. Dax Hill is doing his thing in safety. But it's going to be a long year for Vincent Gray and whoever else is at corner. Because he is getting exposed. And they just going at it. It ain't about you just looking bad, but on a one play or something. This man is in coverage and he'll just stop running. And, like, are you hurt? What are you doing, bro? You grabbing dudes, and it's not even subtle. Like, you grabbing dudes, like, you're not trying to find the ball. Like, bro, what are you doing? Woodson. We saw Woodson on the Fox kickoff. Woodson, go back and teach him. I don't want to hear you, Woodson. You on TV telling them, go to Michigan and you tell them. Go teach them. Ain't nothing against that. You go teach them. Find the ball. Go teach them the right techniques and all that stuff. But It's just y'all. Don Brown gotta go. I can't deal with it, and so I don't know what to say. This I know this been a it's been a long one. I can't deal with another year of Don Brown and this scheme, y'all. I just can't. So I don't know what to say. If you want to donate to the page, I'm about to get a mic. If you like, share, subscribe, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but I just can't. As always, go blue. I'm done.